All right, Harry, it's just the computer. Okay, everyone. Hello, good evening. I'm at my friend's house. If you're wondering if I've moved, I'd love to live here. It's gorgeous, right next to the river, but temporary for this evening. So good evening to you all. Start sitting. You can sit on the floor, on your block, on a bolster, on a chair, kneeling, cross-legged, whatever feels comfortable. Place a hand just below your diaphragm, place a hand at the top of your sternum and relax your shoulders. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel your body navigate its way to centre. Usually that means we have to draw back a little and then sit taller, as if we're sitting against a wall and sliding tall against that wall, but keeping the chin in. Close your mouth and breathe through your nose, and let's take 5 slow deep breaths together. Inhaling, breathing into your lower lungs, mid lungs, upper lungs, and exhaling together. Inhaling together, lower lungs, mid lungs, upper lungs, and exhaling. 3 more like that, following the flow of your breath. Feeling your breath moving you. Letting your breath separate you from whatever you've been doing and bring you into this moment, present moment of each breath. Then open your eyes at the end of your exhale. Take your right hand down to the floor, reach your left arm up and inside, bend over, and if you're sitting on something, just you can put your hand on the side of the chair or the seat you're on. Press the thumb back a little more and press down through the left hip. On an inhale, switch sides. Exhale, side bend over the other way. Trying to keep your shoulder down away from your ear so that we don't rest our head on the shoulder. And again, thumb draws back, side of the pelvis drops down. And inhale as you come up, bring the soles of your feet together. Hands behind, inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, just tip forwards from the hips a little, make a little wave of your spine towards your feet, and then inhale, come back up again. Tip forwards at the pelvis and see whatever amount you can go forwards to the feet. Wave your spine back up. And just keep that wave-like action through your spine, forwards and down. All the way back up tall with the inhale. 2 more. Maybe going that little bit further on your last one. Inhale, come up, knees in, straighten your legs, and same thing with your legs straight. You can either keep your hands on the floor or you can add arms. Inhale, they lift up, and exhale, you fold forwards. Slide your hands along the floor, and then inhale as you lift up again. Exhale, tip forwards at the hips as your spine follows in that flow-like action. 3 more with your breath. Breathing through your nose and feeling how there's a graceful connection between your breath and your movement. Each breath gets a little fuller in your body. Doesn't mean your breath has to slow down more, but feel you're breathing to new parts of your body, stretching out to your toes, up to your fingertips. When your hands slide in by your hips this time, keep them there. Take your right leg out a bit wider and bend your left heel in towards you. Take your right hand back to the floor and side bend over. If you want to drop a bit lower into your elbow, maybe even bring in a block in for your elbow, you can take that. And as you press into the ground with your hand or your forearm, whatever you're leaning on, feel the opposite pelvis drop down. Draw your thumb back, your ribs open a little more. Let your breath find the space up the left side of your body. One more full breath. Inhale as you come up. Take that hand down to the floor, just slightly behind you, so it's more like it's in line with your right leg, and the hand drops to the floor in line with that leg. Turn onto the inside edge of your right foot and press into the inner edge of your foot and your knee to come up and stretch your right arm by your right ear, thumb back. Maybe even let the arm fall behind you slightly as your chest might open toward the ceiling. Your pelvis presses forwards, your hips open, your belly lengthens. One more breath there. And then swoop your arm back down and round. And then from there, bring the right leg in front, left knee up, cross your left knee over and twist to the left. Gaze over your back shoulder. Press through the ground with your sit bones to lift tall. Standing tall through your spine and turning your head on the top of your spine. Your head's not trying to reach anywhere but upwards. Turn your gaze forwards, straighten that leg out, and then we go to the other side. So left leg goes out wide, right heel comes in, left hand to the floor, and use your block if you want to, as you lower into your side bend. Once you get there, then you can make your little adjustments. Just feeling more, connecting to it more. Maybe sometimes it's nice to close your eyes when you know what you're staying here and what the shape is. Then close your eyes and just feel your way into that shape with more depth, more expression, more connection. On your inhale, make your way up. So now the right hand doesn't just go to the sides but goes slightly behind you in line with the left leg, and then swoop your left arm by your ear, slightly back if you want to. Pressing the hips forwards, open the chest up. And then swoop your arm forwards and back down. Bring your left leg in front, right knee up, step the foot across, and wrapping your arm around to twist to the right. Inhale as you look forwards, and then twist round back to centre, straighten both legs out, and I'm just going to swivel around on the mat. You're going to come down into bridge pose on the floor, so down with your arms by your side, your feet sit bone distance apart. First of all, feel your shoulders reach down your arms so your fingertips get longer, and then roll your spine up. And then, unlike a Pilates shoulder bridge, we try and lift a little more through the back of the chest so that we get more height in the sides of the chest. Walk your arms a bit narrower if you like, and keep your arms reaching long. Shoulders reaching long down to the fingertips. Press through the outer shoulders and the back of your shoulders to lift. Take another breath. Arms a bit wider, and then roll your spine down. Feet walk a little wider on the mat, arms a bit wider, and just let your knees sway a few times side to side. Loosen off in the lower back, loosen off in the hips. Continue to breathe through your nose. Stay soft in your eyes. Steady with your gaze so that there's a calmness even through where you're looking. Whatever your gaze lands on, let it land calmly and steadily. Come into centre so your knees point up to the ceiling. Adjust so that your lower back is long against the ground. Place your hands on your front ribs and feel your tummy muscles engage so that they feel that the front ribs feel like they're drawing down toward the tummy slightly. If your head falls back doing that, put a folded blanket or block under your head. Then take your arms up in the air, keep your ribs heavy and down. Bring your knees up. Pause there, keeping your back and the four corners of your back of the shoulders, back of the hips, planted or rooted into the mat. You can either just stay here, or we're going to try and take opposite arm and opposite leg down to the floor and then back up again. So that's opposite arm and opposite leg down to the floor and back up. Keeping a bent knee to begin with, so your foot just lightly taps the floor, and we're looking to try and keep the ribs laying flat. Working a little bit into our core muscles here. If your core muscles are finding this a little bit too strong, then you'll notice your back will arch off the ground. And all you do with that then is just hold the position without the tap. Working on trying to keep the small of your lower back down, especially when you tap the ground with your arm and leg. Keeping the ribs heavy, keeping the belly firm. If you want to make this a little harder, a little stronger, then you can do a straight leg, lowering a straight leg and opposite arm, and then back up, and then the other straight leg and arm. Keep breathing through the nose. Keep watching the whole of your body as you move. Watching through your inner eye of awareness rather than having to watch yourself like you would in a mirror. Feel from inside. We'll do one more on each side. When you finish this last one, gather the knees into your chest and wrap your arms either around the back of the thighs or around your shins if you can. And maybe your hands just meet, or maybe you can get your forearms to wrap around the legs. Inhale, and as you exhale, squeeze the legs in. Inhale, slightly giving that squeeze away, and exhale, squeezing in again. So we get a nice little belly massage with this squeezing in and out of the legs, from the arms. Feet to the floor, arms behind, and then stretch out long. Taking banana stretch, feet go to the right side, head and shoulders to the right side. Catch your left wrist and cross the left ankle on top of your right ankle. Then work at the little details. Try and level your head between your arms so your ears are level with your biceps. Try and drop the left shoulder more toward the ground, and the left hip feels like it's pressing energetically through the left leg. One more breath into your left lung predominantly. And then come through centre, go the other way. Maybe now you catch your right wrist and pull that and cross your right ankle on top. Then the details, head, shoulder and hip, your gaze, your breath, and then back into centre. Bend your legs so your feet are flat to the floor. Take your hands behind your head and turn onto your side facing the screen. So the legs are going to stay together and your elbows point forwards initially, then open your top elbow and let your head drop into your palms. Then close your elbow and bring your head back round. Inhale as you open, turning your head and chest. And exhaling as you close, bringing the elbows to point forwards. Keep going with that, doing your best to move in the upper body with minimal movement of the legs. Feel your upper arm bone stretching wide away from your ribs The opening elbow, like it's trying to stretch far away diagonally from the top hip. 2 more. When you come back to centre, pause. And then push up, so your top leg is going to slide just a bit further away than the bottom leg. And your top foot points back, while your bottom foot points out to the side. Take your hand on the hip that's uppermost and just gently guide that hip down a little, even though it might not touch the floor. So you've got 2 choices here. Side bend number 1. Take your hand, the hand that's closest to where you were laying, round onto the opposite knee and twist round looking over your back shoulder. Twist number 2, go the other way, and it's a little easier in the hip positioning. And then look forwards, come up and swing your legs to the other side and lie down. Interlace your hands behind your head, knees point forwards, elbows point forwards, and then inhale as you open wide and exhale as you close. Again, feel the upper arm bone reaching wide and reaching long away from the hip. You can also add to that the hip feels like it's reaching down toward the knee. So we get this nice open space across the side body. Two more. When your elbows come forwards after the second one, place your hands to the floor and again slide up so the top foot points behind, the bottom foot points out, your knees separate. Take your hand onto the hip that's naturally uppermost and guide it down. So we're trying to take your hand around towards the opposite way to where you were laying, but if not, then turn to the way you were laying. And then come back around centre and swing round to hands and knees. Give your hips a circle. And circle them the other way. And then step your right foot forwards, lift the left knee. Take both arms up into a high lunge. And even though your back leg is pressing out behind you, get this feeling of the hip pulling forwards into the hip joint so that that back heel brings some energy forwards so that the left hip can roll forward slightly, but continue to extend the leg. So we've got energy reaching in both directions through that back leg. Catch hold of your left wrist with your right hand and try a little side bend here. Try and keep your head even between your arms like you did in banana stretch. When you come to centre, bring your left hand back down to the floor. Take your right arm up high and we're going to try a little supported side plank here. Turn onto the outside edge of your left foot and heel toe your right foot as it walks down the edge of the mat until it's in front of your left thigh. So your right toes are pointing off the edge of the mat. Take your top arm and lift it up over by your ear and try and lift the hips up high. You could even come on the tippy toes of your right foot to help get the hips up high. Now bring your right hand down to the floor as well and step the right leg back so you're in a plank position. Knees touch the floor, lower all the way down to the ground. Coming to Sphinx, prop yourself up on your forearms and lengthen back through both legs. Press into the pubic bone and feel the front bones of your pelvis lift up toward the waist. So pubic bone pressing down, front bony points of the pelvis lifting up and into the waist. Let that take the trajectory of your spine upwards and out through the top of your head. And then slide your hands back to where the elbows are, tuck your toes under and push back up to downward facing dog. Knees come to the floor, circle your hips. Circle them the other way. Lift your left hand, step your left foot forwards, lift your right knee, and then bring both arms up, high lunge. Thumbs draw back, drawing your arms back. Draw the sides of your waist back with your arms. As your back leg reaches long, also feel the energy pulling back up and in from the heel to the front of your hip. Just help Harry get up. Up. There we go. Catch your right wrist, side bend toward the left. To centre, right hand to the floor, left arm stays up in the air. Turn onto the outside edge of your right foot, heel toe the left foot down the edge of the mat until it's in front of your right thigh. Take your left arm by your left ear and lift the hips a bit higher. Try and create an arc away from the ground. Maybe come onto the tippy toes of your left foot to get a bit higher. Bring your left hand down, straighten your left leg out, plank position. If you don't need your knees to the floor, then keep your knees off the floor and lower all the way down to the ground. This time rest your head on your right forearm, catch hold of your left foot. Draw your left heel in and have your left knee stretching long away. Lie down, Harry. Lie down. Switch over, catch your right foot. If the knee goes out wide when you get a hold, just try and draw the knee in more toward the centre of your mat. And release. Come back up to Sphinx position. Pubic bone pressing down and spine arcing up. You stay like that, or lower your ribs to touch the ground, slide your arms down by your side, bend both legs, catch hold of both feet and press the feet back into your hands, aiming to get the spine up to the same sort of back bend that you had in your Sphinx. Maybe from there the thigh bones can press away from the ground too. Still breathing through the nose. 2 more breaths. And then lower down and push back to child's pose. Stretch your arms all the way out in front, so extended child's pose. Breathe deep down into the sides of your rib cage, into the sides of your back. And then slide your hands in, and we're taking a little wind down with some yin poses. If you bring your bolster in front of you, And turn your right hip to the edge of the bolster. You can have your legs just as you had them before, or you can take the top leg a bit further back. If the bolster's a bit flat, like this one is, you can always prop it up with a bit more on top, like a couple of blocks along the top or an extra blanket. Get your hip right up to the edge, place your hands either side, start to turn your torso, ready to lay it down on your bolster, and aim to have your head turning as well. If you struggle to turn your head, then just keep your head the same direction as where your knees point. If you've managed to get your head turned, then relax. And wherever you are, relax your shoulders, relax your forearms on the ground. Because the ribs get a little twisting action here, soften in your ribs, soften in your lower ribs particularly. The rib cage is connected to the thoracic spine, and the thoracic spine is a good rotating section of the spine. So try enhancing that by breathing into the back of your ribs, where the rib cage and the spine meet. Both feeling this emphasis there with the inhale, and then a soft surrendering with your exhale. See if you can relax into the calm nature of yin. Notice if the inner fire within you starts to get agitated. Use this as a practice ground to calm that need for speed, the need for having to be on a trajectory of doing. And see if you can settle into just becoming still. We're still doing, but we've just slowed the whole pace down. Life itself can be fast enough, and often what we're missing is opportunity just to slow down, to drop in deeply. If your head is turned round, then press into your hands and give your head space to turn first, and then make your way up. And you can just turn your back to the bolster, have your legs bent, wrap your arms either around the back of your legs or around your knees, and just let your head fall forwards a little. Come round into the other side, so turning your other hip to the bolster. Your top leg can go back a bit, so we're opening into the front of the thigh and getting more stretch on that side of the abdomen. And make sure you don't just lay straight down. Try and, while you're upright, try and turn the belly, turn your ribs, and then lay your way down, maybe turning your head. Relax the shoulders. Position the arms so that they feel effortless. It's a real subtle yin pose, this, for most people. So don't have expectations of always being on the edge of screaming in a yin pose. Sometimes the position for some people will be less intense and for others will be more intense. But whatever it offers you, just enjoy and delve deep within your own feeling. See if your breath can cool and calm any of that heated nature within you. We've just about all got our trigger points and certain things that make us feel anger or emotions associated with heat. So see if your breath can have that cooling influence inside you. Calm, cool breath. If you happen to have had any experiences today that have triggered you and stoked that inner fire of whatever emotion it's poked and provoked, then now just let your breath go to the lingering energy of that emotion. Feel the cool, calm breath surround it, support it, and allow it to let go. Do you have the power, the ability to let go? Press through your hands, begin rolling your way up, turning again so your bottom is at the back of the bolster. Feet wide, arms around the legs, and just let your head nod. And then we're going back on the bolster from this position. If you want a deeper back bend, turn your bolster around the other way. If you want a lighter back bend, keep it the way it was. So it's going to go over, if you've turned it round, it's going to go over the mid part of your back. And then you might take a block for your head to rest on behind you, if you struggle to get your head to the floor. Arms wherever you want. They can go out wide, they can go overhead. If it feels too intense, support your head and come back up and move out any extra things so that you can go flatter or higher to accommodate whatever level of flexibility your spine has in this. All those side body openings will have helped us get into this with more ease, especially helping the arms to find space. Because back bends are more energizing, to pacify that, close your eyes. Let your senses quieten. The senses are more inwardly directed rather than outwardly stimulated. And as you close your eyes and you feel from within, breathe slowly. Let yourself be fully supported. Support the back of your head, lift your head up first, and then use your arms to help come the rest of the way up. This time, hands on the legs but sit straight up rather than bowing forwards, just lift tall. Turn on your bottom so that you're turning back round to your bolster, and if you haven't already turned it the way I've got it, turn it the way I've got it. Let your legs drape over there so it supports the back of your knees. Tilt your pelvis forwards and just let your arms rest on the edges of your bolster or your hands, and then just slowly drape your spine forwards toward the legs. Just a few breaths here. If your body naturally wants to go in further, let it go in further, but just not overly pushing it, just using this as a counter pose from the deeper back bend you've just come out of. Couple more breaths, try and let your head go as well. And then when you make your way up, you can keep your legs on that as you come down onto your back for Shavasana. Making sure you tuck the tailbone long towards your bolster and let your arms fall freely. Make sure you feel warm and comfortable. Your eyes close again and your senses quieten inwardly, like they're all coming home and settling in. It's been a calm day for your senses. Let them come in and rest. Feel your nervous system quiet, your body heavy, your mind light. Give all your efforts away and become effortless. Wriggle your fingers and toes. Feet up onto the bolster, maybe press it away. Turning to your side. Pressing your way up to sitting. And back to the seated position you started in, palms together. Take a nice full breath again. Lower lungs, mid lungs, upper lungs, fill your whole body. Calm breath out. Bow to the wisdom within you, the wisdom that connects us all and sends us on this journey of yoga together. Namaste. Thanks everybody.